Alright, I am going to show you in this video how to turn this pile into this. Stay tuned in this video and you're going to see exactly how to put this back together once you're in the final stage. You get your paperwork, you get your engraving done, and it's really just a matter of putting your barrel back into your receiver and you get to enjoy the fruits of your labor. It's been a long journey, but we're there now. Stay tuned, check out the rest of the video, and you're going to see the process how to reassemble. Alright, so there's a lot of people out there. It seems like one of my more popular videos is the USC to UMP conversion. The overall process requires you getting a Form 1. So there's two different types of forms. A Form 4 is something that's already made and you're going to buy it. It's already made. It might be an SBR, it might be a suppressor, it might be a full auto. It's already made, Form 4. If it's something you're going to make, something you're going to manufacture, it's going to be a Form 1. This here is a Form 1. It came back yesterday, approved. So Form 1 is something you're going to make. You could make suppressors and SBRs as a private citizen. You cannot make a full auto, not unless you have the license for it, which I do not, so I cannot do that. So paperwork did come back. It was a lengthy process. I do have step 1 through step 3 on my videos on my page. If you want to look at how to get to this point, you can go back and watch those videos. The first 2 times I submitted the paperwork, technically I had it correct, but the ATF, each agent's going to look at things differently, and it's kind of a matter to interpretation and opinion. So I had, I can't remember the technical term for it, but basically when I pass away, there's like an executor that was going to take the trust over and basically give it to my kids, all my items to my kids when I pass away. According to what I was told, that person didn't need to fill out the responsible person form, didn't need to do fingerprints, so on and so forth. So I submitted the paperwork as such, and the ATF says, no, that's not true. They have to have their responsible person form filled out. That's all has to be submitted, turned in to the sheriff, and I said, fine. So once I did the paperwork that way, this was actually turned around within 3 weeks, which is a pretty fast turnaround. So I'm not going to go in the process of how to actually file all the paperwork. There's plenty of videos out there that go over that, unless, you know, a lot of kickback comes back and says, hey, what about this, what about that? Then maybe I'll go get involved in it a little bit more and focus on a video with that. That being said, after you file your paperwork, after you go through the process of getting your vents milled in, and then also you have to mill in your pocket for your mag to fit into it. Once you go through all those steps, the other step you have to do is mill out your hooks here a little bit. That way they fit on these pins. These pins are larger on a USC versus a actual UMP. So when you get your UMP lower, in order for it to fit over this, you have to mill those forks out. Once you've gotten to that point, the other thing you have to do is take your stock 16-inch barrel, send that out, get that cut down and rethreaded to your UMP length or whatever length you choose to have. All right, that being said, I'm actually going to go through here and just kind of do a picture format and just kind of post that in as the assembly of this UMP clone, essentially. It is a HK receiver. It's not a true HK UMP. It's kind of a clone version of it. It's a semi-auto version of it. So I'll just do kind of pictures as I reassemble this. It's fairly straightforward. You're going to just hook this portion right on here, and this is the ejector. So the brass is going to come back, hit this portion here, it's going to flip out of your chamber. So that's going to get hooked on. You're going to slide this in, and you're going to pound this roll punch right down through there. That's essentially it, and then you just reassemble and you're good to go. I do have a 3-lug adapter coming for my suppressor. So for right now, I'm not going to put that on. It's not here quite yet. I'm just going to go do a direct thread mount for right now so I can actually suppress this. Now, the other thing to pay attention to, when you're running a direct thread attachment to your can, a lot of times these cans have springs in them, and that's for a pistol. When your barrel tips up and back, you need that spring so your action will cycle. When you're going to do a direct thread to an action that doesn't cycle, where your barrel's not moving, you want to put a hard spacer in here. There's spacers you can buy where it gets rid of that spring. That way your suppressor's not moving back and forth on the end of your gun like a jackhammer. So that is one part you do want to swap out. I don't think it's really going to hurt anything if you did run it with the spring, but just if you can avoid it, just go ahead and do that. All right, so I'm going to get back into the assembly of this UMP. The other thing I failed to mention is you also have to get your receiver engraved. You have to have the name of your trust on there if you're going to do the trust route, and you also have to have, I believe it's the city and the state. Since you are the manufacturer, you have to put your manufacturer engraving marks on the receiver. So that's one other thing to think about. All right, let's go ahead and start assembly. Once you hook up the ejector to your barrel, you will slide the whole assembly forward. It's pretty simple. There's a groove the ejector sits in. It just slides right in that little groove. It's held in place. Once you get that all together, you're going to lay the gun on its side, and then you're going to pound the roll pin, and I'll show you that next.
Alright, next we're going to slip the bolt carrier group in here. You're going to want to pull your hammer back on your lower receiver. Place that down. Line this up. There's a groove that this block, the stock block, slides into your lower receiver. Make sure you get that all lined up properly. Slip the rear pin in. This does have a sling mount on it. This you have to be careful with. It's not a big deal, but if you put this particular one on backwards, you aren't actually able to collapse your stock. It sticks out further on this side versus that side. So just one thing to be mindful of. That way no one makes a mistake. Alright, insert the magnet. Do a function check. Locks back on an empty mag, that's good. I'm just going to hit this lever here. Release the bolt. Put the fire. Discharge. Release. Discharge. Next, we're just going to go with the suppressor directly on, just for looks for now. Eventually, like I said, I will get the 3-lug adapter dialed in for this.
This is the Ghost 45M suppressor, and you can run it in a K configuration if you choose, which is basically just unscrew this end section here. These are all aluminum baffles, and I'm not sure if these are stainless or titanium in the rear, but that is the finished product. It feels nice. Obviously I haven't even shot a round through this. I haven't put a round through it when it was a USC either. It's a hard debate when you have such a rare item like this to shoot it. But on the other hand, I hate to waste having such a beauty and not get use out of it. So eventually it probably will get shot. The last one I had, I wasn't happy with it, but if you shoot it enough, you will start getting some dings built up on the inside of your receiver right here. So it may look silly, but I may put some sort of a guard here. So I'd rather wear that guard out, whether it be a little piece of rubber, self-adhesive rubber, some automotive two-sided tape or something. Just stick it on there so it hits that, and eventually just peel it off, throw it away, just to kind of protect the receiver. I also do want to send this out to Tom Bostic and have him attach the hook on there. He'll actually weld right to your receiver, put a hook on there, so that way it'll capture on your fold over stock. Once it folds to the side, it will be captured. Mine is tight. It's not like the stock's going to go anywhere, but I like to have things, if I'm going to do a conversion, as accurate as possible. And I just think more so for looks, that'll be something that I will do. Other than that, I'm really happy with it. It looks great. I had another guy ask me where I get these angled foregrips from. These are actually coming from Lage Manufacturing. I do run 4 different Lage uppers on my M11. They have these at his website. I just think they look good. It looks a lot better than just a straight down grip, foregrip. Other than that, that's pretty much about it. I'm glad you guys stuck around for the whole series of videos. Hopefully here shortly, I can get this out and do some shooting with it, just kind of give you guys my opinion. I've shot these a lot in the past, and they're fun. They're a lot of fun. So I encourage you guys to go ahead and get out there, finish your builds, and other than that, that's about it. This journey is complete, finally. It's been a long road. So take care. Thanks for watching the videos, guys. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, put them down below. I will do my best to answer them. But I work a full-time job. This is just a hobby for me to put these videos together. It's fun for me to do the filming, and I hope I can pass some knowledge on to other people that are looking to get into any sort of firearm-related content, whether it be learn how to shoot a pistol better, learn how to do long range. I want to do some more reloading videos, whether it be some firearm gunsmithing. I mean, this is pretty minor. A lot of people could do this themselves. It's not that difficult. The key is patience and taking your time. You have a lot of money sitting here, and if you rush something, you're going to destroy a receiver. And these are not cheap. They're kind of hard to come by. So take your time, but it's very easy to do. Don't get intimidated. But other than that, I appreciate it. Take care.